Hey everyone, it's your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining us. We're going to spread some love for Ultimate Alliance. We've been talking about various Marvel titles over the last few weeks, and we've been looking at what the next step is for an ensemble project, is I guess the best way to put it, whether that is as Avengers or Ultimate Alliance. But for this particular one, I wanted to look at Ultimate Alliance. It is easily one of Marvel's most iconic and beloved franchises. I don't believe in any way that is up for debate. Marvel Ultimate Alliance is a franchise that started in 2006. It is a nearly 20-year-old franchise, and the most recent title, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3: The Black Order, was published by Nintendo for the Nintendo Switch in July 2019. That's a huge gap in terms of sequels for something that is so huge in terms of Marvel, and especially nowadays the Marvel brand is just absolutely massive, and we've only gotten 3 games in this beloved franchise. Now, Ultimate Alliance comes up all the time in our conversations. Ultimate Alliance is a touchstone whenever we talk about Avengers, whenever we talk about co-op games. It comes up all the time. That first game, the first Marvel Ultimate Alliance, was a massive sales success for the time. It was a critical and financial success when it released in 2006. Ultimate Alliance 2 was also developed for multiple platforms and released in 2009 to middling reviews and financial success. It was not the big success of the first one, and then everything just kind of went quiet and it kind of died. And to me, that is an absolute shame. So when the third game came out 10 years later, that's crazy to think about. So 2009 to 2019, a 10-year gap, we got the third game. And we are now approaching, the 20-year anniversary of the release of the first game. We're at a point where the Ultimate Alliance brand is due, in my opinion, it's due for a big comeback. The release on Switch showed the massive sales success of this franchise. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 released on one console. It came out on the Nintendo Switch, and it sold better financially and was more critically receptive, I guess is the most correct way of phrasing it, than Marvel's Avengers. Now, I put those two against each other just because in our comments, we often get that a lot. We often get, what should I play, Marvel Ultimate Alliance or Marvel's Avengers? What's the better game? And that's just because of how iconic Ultimate Alliance is as a name, as a title, as a brand, versus the more awareness of the Avengers because it actually got to use Avengers and everyone knows that name. So hopefully it doesn't take another 10 years to get another Ultimate Alliance title. When Marvel looks at their brands and looks at their, the awareness surrounding them, I think the success of Ultimate Alliance 3 says enough about the popularity of that branding, of that approach to the Marvel universe, of that play style. I think there's room for improvement, for development, for a maturity in terms of gameplay mechanics and design, but I think Ultimate Alliance 3 was a great step forward and a great step in the right direction. Now, Ultimate Alliance 3 would not exist without Nintendo. That is an absolute fact. Everyone in terms of the development of that game, Koei Tecmo, Team Ninja, Nintendo, and Marvel have all said this game only exists because Nintendo chose to publish it. That is simply because it was believed, and I think this is a fair argument, that a multi-platform Ultimate Alliance title would compete with Marvel's Avengers. They did not want that as part of the pool of multi-platform releases. And it was known that Avengers would not be coming to the Switch, and so this game was made and developed. I think that was genius and brilliant, but its success has shown there is a thirst and a hunger for this franchise to continue. Nintendo does not own Ultimate Alliance in any way. Marvel can produce a fourth Ultimate Alliance for multi-platform, have someone else publish it and someone else develop it, and it come to all consoles. Now, within that, obviously gets into a greater discussion, and I think, frankly, that could be its own video, looking at studios that could develop a fourth Marvel Alliance and who'd be willing to publish it, and then among that publisher who has the pool of developers. That is a huge discussion in its own right. But I at least wanted to start this conversation to see if there's interest in looking more at Ultimate Alliance, talking about it more. I know it has its fan base. I see it in our comments. I see it in the Discord. I see it in our live streams. It has a massive, strong fan base. I still play it. Especially that I love the first one, and I actively play the third one. I got to be honest, I skip the second one a lot. It's just not one I come back to. But when I have my family together and we're sitting down, we're like, oh, what co-op game do we want to play? This is one that I often suggest, oh no, this is fun to just kind of sit down and have some fun with. The first and third one especially are a really, really good time. So I am interested if there is a desire to talk more about Ultimate Alliance, to take a deeper look at it, and then talk and speculate more on the fourth game and who is the best partnership for that fourth game, because I do believe Ultimate Alliance deserves a chance at a multi-platform release. I think it would be hugely successful. That being said, it'd be hugely successful with the right passion and team behind it, because you need that drive and you need to put your best foot forward. And I think Ultimate Alliance 3 is a solid foundation on how to approach this franchise. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and above all else and most importantly, stay safe, take care of others, and have a marvelous day. Bye, everyone.